That's how it's up there. Oh my god. Can you imagine?
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions. We need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence. Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, We were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight. But to me, his description seemed anything but. And upon further investigation, I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals, with which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
'Cause I ended it. What's up?
The weapon itself, excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed. Few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandanis, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea.
Number of prototypes.
We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope. Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you. And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
Oh man. Jesus. What a conundrum.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days. But it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all. Even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
This story is fantastic. They've done a really good job about getting you reinvested in Eorzea and what's going on there. I love this. Good job. Good job.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friends' plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Right? Jeez, Cryo. Y'all need to come up with something, man. A debriefing on the Ultima weapon. I beat the damn thing. I always get lost here. Oh my gosh. I really wonder how he's going to take this news. I love how they're not wasting any time getting to like the juicy bits and really making development right away. Because they know you want it.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source? A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion.
I'm really glad that they made this a point and didn't just, since you, the player character, can move back and forth, magically make everyone else be able to as well. I love that they actually made that decision.
Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
Even though that's obviously about to be the end result of everything.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both, that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will. However...
Okay.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allegan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within auracite or any other crystal.
I'm trying to really understand what they mean here. We need a way to get the souls into the crystal or out.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
Okay, yeah.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allegan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. But its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found.
Well, then that leaves me free to go take care of this weapon thing.
Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
And this is before we have to deal with the whole thing between Thancred and Menphilia about him going back to the source. So prepare for that.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness. But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Yeah, what's up with that? You can just waltz into these places?
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
I wonder if there's a cutscene over there. This is probably not a city either. That's what you want me to do? I actually want to know the answer to this question. He offered to help. Are you kidding? You were right there next to me! Wow. Okay. Alright. I'm convinced. Okay. Up. Getting softly now. I like that they reference what scene this is so I can go back and find it. Yeah, that must have sucked. Okay. Your lateness is tolerated this one time. Those dragons are so cool. Oh. Huh. It's a weird looking sin eater.
Did you slay this eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself. Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness? And he says, no, I'm a warrior of light. And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
Good drive-by calling card.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the warrior of darkness.
In the flesh.
I didn't know. It's an honor.
It is. It is.
Since the
Okay.
eater is no longer a threat,
Huh?
our work here is done. Return to your posts.
And we didn't have to worry about the light going into anyone for some reason. I guess because now the light can be dispersed and it's not too concentrated, it has to find a host.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I kind of don't have time for this, actually. Like...
I apologize for the wasted journey.
Yeah, girl?
I overestimated the threat.
Do you know what's happening right now?
As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing.
Oh yeah, what's with you and the Exarch? What's going on here?
A concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating. Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was.
Yeah. He was already stressed out when he got to Mount Gould. And then for him to be all the way down in the Tempest, that far away from the Crystal Tower, and then to summon 7 other people, it probably damn near killed him.
He seems a different man. A younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there.
Yeah, girl, it's because he thought he was going to die with that dumbass plan he had.
Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
What? Was this romance here ever hinted at ever? I really don't want to presume this because I feel like the guy has never talked about anyone like he actually cares about them except for me, ever.
Is that so? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work.
Oh my god, I do not have time for this.
This research is important, I know. But if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to
Get
consider
me
it for
back
him.
to the source right now. one of the criticisms that I heard about Shadowbringers is that there were parts of the MSQ cutscenes, or I guess parts of it, where you would get a quest and there wasn't voice acting. And I haven't really been paying that close attention, but I don't think I've seen any instances of that so far. They've done a really good job of keeping everything like super high quality. And that's even an improvement over just the main Shadowbringers expansion. So I hope whoever was making that criticism kind of sees the improvement. I lied. Oh, he does like her. Okay. Okay. We're gonna tell him what really happened. Okay. Oh, yeah, and this part doesn't have voice acting. They were right. This is a criticism. Yeah. Yeah, isn't that funny how that happens? Wow. Mm-hmm. how are they going to tell people about this? I mean, I guess they're over being secretive about the actual true origin of the nature of the first. We're going to tell them everything? Okay. And Selk's getting his wish. This is good, really good piece of music right here. Yo, that thing in the first is still, in the source is still like pretty urgent. So I'm keeping that on my mind. I know they're trying to make me forget about it. There can be no darkness without light. No, no one's been hurt, but listen. Haha, just kidding. Oh boy, is there? Oh my god, this soundtrack is so good, dude. What? Oh man. I know sometimes it would be easier to have the mini-map open, but I hate that thing. This is like, Spira after you beat Sin in Final Fantasy X and everyone's like happy and they don't know what to do with themselves because all they've ever known is like the brink of death. This is the same environment. I really like this because it means that hopefully there's a J-pop music video involved sometime soon. I still get goosebumps, people. Still. Ah, I always get lost. Yeah, I'll just go. These are the right people to invite. I'll give it to them. How do you prove something like this? Like, how could you even begin? Other than I'm the one saying it. I mean, I guess, yeah, the Crystal Exarch, and they're like, what the fuck is he about that he's immortal? How did that happen? And now that he's showing his face, yeah, I guess it is time to come clean. That would be, you could actually tell. That'd be a good way. Oh my god, I am so lost. Oh my god. It's up. Okay. Oh, hold on. Got it, I see. Oh man. Me and elevation in this game. Not friends. Oh man. I hate this place. Oh goodness. Tilde apostrophe. Oops. Oh. I swear I know how to play this game. Oh, we're not going all the way up there.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
The Exarch.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
Yeah, so give it up.
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Is this what you guys are worried about right now?
Impossible.
It is, it is, it is, it is. This is actually much more important. That means he's a corporeal
something.
Body.
You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay, yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both.
Oh!
Ardbert.
Okay, so it is his body. A warrior of light and darkness both. Okay, so... this is his body then. And this is definitely Elidus in here.
What in the world?
Yeah. Yeah, keep eyes on him, girl, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the Warrior of Darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may. People of the Crystarium, I am Ardbert, one of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Does he want to be like their new god or something?
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I.
His axe is clean too.
I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass. The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come.
That was a really good
when he
transition.
must return to his home.
Wow. Did you guys see that? That was amazing. Camera work. Awesome.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of light?
Okay.
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
Okay, so it doesn't look like he wants to be their leader. He definitely stole a show away from us.
Did we learn of Ardbert's fate? And by thy countenance, I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet.
Definitely
For better we
true.
retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
Huh. It's an interesting new storyline.
So, that is a warrior of light of the first. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long.
Oh.
Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
So this is way more than just Elidibus using his body. Like, there's no way they could be that good at impersonating someone else. Plus, an Ascian should have a much denser soul than Ardbert, even reincarnated, because he's an Ascian by nature. So, I wonder if it is Elidibus. I wonder who this could be then.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin-eater he is not. Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree.
Really? Okay.
From what I understand, The Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the Virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus.
Okay, so it's Elidibus now. That didn't take long.
That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of MSQ's failure here in the first, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
That means he came all the way to the...
Flesh of the fallen. Why, that is unusual. And they do this often, you say?
That just takes a really big toll on everything. Elidibus is going to be a lot weaker than he normally, like than Emet-Selch at this point.
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light.
That's really
I myself
creepy.
remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him.
That means when he met with the Ascians back in Heavensward, like that was a really big deal for him.
In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emet-Selch single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
That's the thing though, like Thancred was still alive, so that must have surely have been harder, right?
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion.
I wonder if that's what the Blessing of Light does, because I don't understand why that would be the case, actually.
Mayhap the Blessing of Light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence.
Yeah.
Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Because we know, we got confirmation that everyone on the source has the same density as our soul. We actually know that to be canon until we join with Ardbert. So now we're just one soul, whatever, unit above everyone else in the room right now. So it really doesn't make sense that they couldn't possess the Warrior of Light.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps? Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, What little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people.
And now that he's talking with everyone, like, someone's gonna have to explain that shit.
And I
He
would
just
hesitate to do
disappears.
anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association.
Yeah, you guys are in a pickle. That was a really
That
good
being the
political
case,
move.
it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
Pretty sure it's your job, man.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
That's a really good, compelling storyline. Yeah, they made it more than just like him showing up was going to be nothing. We would beat him and it would be over. They've kept all of the motivations and the stakes just as high for the characters anyway. For real. Yeah. We don't have none of that stuff anymore that we had before. I mean, right, that's weird. I guess is he's trying to stroke the same practice of summoning here on the first that exists on the source. If you start to stroke, like, this is where the 12 comes from sort of deal. Because he's not going anywhere. Like, he can just chill in that body as long as he needs. Huh. And you guys would never even know. You would all be super fucking dead except for the Exarch. Yeah. That would be a really good plan. Yeah, I'll go with Yashoa. Yes. Hmm. Okay. Oh, got her. Yeah, easy for y'all to say. I mean, this is what happens when people can live their lives. They get happy about other stuff. Ugh. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh wow, okay, this is gonna be good. Let's do it.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species.
Yeah, what the fuck is this
This
thing?
is no common beast. Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed. Why you...
Oh my goodness.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Whoa. Whoa, this is so cool.
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're in agreement there. Like...
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone.
Hands off, don't touch, run away, keep out, beat it.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly. Wait! Don't!
What? But I only... What is happening?
Oh man, you guys messed up now. Yeah.
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
Oh man, this thing is sick looking too. Oh! 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 Where are we going? What? This is not what I thought it was going to be. The Child of Ronka. Okay. Oh man. I'm not a fast person, dude. Death to paw with kin do I vie those so Death to paw with kin I live. What is this, a gorilla? To our efforts to cry. What? environment of the whole. So they're pack animals. Is this a dog? It's a gorilla. Depth of paw. Those solid part. Environment of the whole. Oh, it's it is a monkey. Okay, so okay. Cool. I'm pretty sure these are supposed to be easy, but yeah, thank goodness. Fearsome Fang. Together we find harmony. It's a dog thing. See, I can do this. Alright, maybe it is really easy and I'm a little stupid. You're gonna have to kick your ass? Oh no. No! It's gonna ask what the... Choose your companion as well. Okay, this is like the Valentine's Day event. Yes. What? Or maybe that was... Oh, I see. And they help you depending on... Okay, yeah, I get it. Oh, good. Well, there you go. It's gonna make me beat your ass. Yep. Let's go, big boy. Wow. They're waiting. That's cool. Really? Oh. Forever AoE markers. Oh man. Oh, what? Come on, game. Summon.
Here I come.
Ah! Man. Oh. Okay, she's fine. Oh yeah. Get him with that crazy thing you did. Hit him with the Evan attack. Sure, I'll tank this.
I will not hold back.
Oh boy. Ooh. Nice. Oh, okay. Wow. What? What happened to leave him to me? Alright, yeah, I can do that. Do we have LB? They won't overwhelm us if you guys do your job. Alright, so what happens to you now? I'm glad it was nice enough to return us back. Imagine if it wasn't.
'Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
Ah, we were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
Fourth wall. No, she did not grin like that. Oh man. Beat her butt, Y'shtola.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Whoa. Spherical darkness.
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
Maybe?
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
By the light.
Tuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel?
So that's what creates you, and so we're the reincarnation of the Warrior of Light, and this has happened a bunch of times?
Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot?
Yes. Wow. Right. Is it like a way of remembering?
If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger?
That's cool. Then the meteor symbol means that much more to the story? That is awesome. That is cool.
The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar.
What did you realize?
I shall refrain from making any further
No!
claims until such time
No!
as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot. Remember us.
Yeah, you were there for that too.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
Look how big that tune is. Yeah, you think? You guys need to write stuff down. That would definitely help. Ooh. Sensei Knuckles. Yes. Let's go see Runar. Mm-hmm. I do not remember how to get into this place. They probably could have just teleported. Alright. Oh, I forgot to talk to her. Oh. What? Yes, I'll help you move. Right? You guys can't imagine why she might want a room ever. Okay. Where is she? Ooh, what you got in your room here? Some books. Books. Stacks of books. Some apples. Ever. I mean, what's the point of having black magic if you can't make it useful for you? Oh, she misses you too. Moment. What? Oh. Oh no. Oh. He made you a stew. I feel that, Runar. Ooh, all three of you? Runar, you should have shot your shot, dude. Ooh. Man, did that backfire? He's just setting the wheels in motion. We are, but... yeah, this is like intentional misdirection. And you make it so easy, Alize. Uh-huh. So they are still around. I'm glad he didn't try and convince her to stay. You know, like he understands that she couldn't have ever have stayed there. Thancred. guess they really did return from the MT.
If you were hoping to vent your frustrations on our Issa friend here, I can only apologize.
Few as they are now, it took us no time at all to track it down.
That suits our purpose perfectly. Now we need only wait for Ardbert to arrive.
Weren't you two meant to be attending to the empty?
We were indeed, and we've made a certain amount of progress. So we thought we might see how the rest of the world was getting on. From what we can gather, the answer is strangely.
Right now, we think we can do more good here.
It is heartening to have all present.
Oh man.
Indeed. We will be glad of the additional hands should matters escalate.
And you know it's going to. Listen to the music.
Our quarry is come.
Huh. It seems I've lost this particular race. Well, though I suppose it's only fair. When we first met, it was I who outpaced you. Ravana, was it?
Whoa, he knows the memories. Elidibus wouldn't know that, would he?
But where are my manners? I wouldn't be here were it not for you, and I have yet to say a word of thanks.
So, would he know about Seto? Unless... This is gonna be good. He's gonna say, of course I do. I'll go to Seto.
Poor fellow. He will be sorely missed.
Very well. Let us forego this pretense.
Now we're talking.
After all, it was never you that I needed to deceive.
Oh man. Yeah.
Yes, it is I, Elidibus.
What is up,
Through
home
your
slice?
time in Emet-Selk's imitation of our home, I dare
Well,
say
he knows
you
about
have
that
gained
too.
a better understanding of my role since last we met. Not that it matters.
You really don't want to talk about any of that shit though? You have gotten no therapy.
We understand your role, emissary, but not your goal. What is it that you seek to achieve?
I seek to enact the will of the Convocation, of course. If it helps you to think of me as but another Ascian,
I mean...
no different in nature or purpose from the rest, you are welcome to do so.
Are you though? Like... Is there more to the
Once,
story
I
there?
would have said your goal was destruction alone. Now I understand that you fight for something you love, just as we do. Yet though we seem doomed to clash, I bid you consider Emet-Selk's final words. Remember that we once lived, he said. Had he not seen some glimmer of hope in our kind, I do not believe he would have spoken thus.
That's a really good point.
None better understood your plight than he. His words must surely be worthy of your consideration.
I mean, you're not going to convince him not to do this. It's never going to happen.
MSQ.
Here it comes.
How very unlike you to err so gravely.
Wow.
That one should stray at the end of so onerous a path is understandable. But I had thought you above such weakness. Mayhap you thought the same. Would that I had been present to offer correction.
Oh.
But I shall do so now, as is my duty, and return all to its proper course. As for you, look at yourselves. Look at your history. Look back 100 short years to how your greatest warriors were undone. And now, at but a word from me, you raise your hands in answer like the puppets you are.
I wonder if he could ever be a compelling a villain as MSQ. Like, because we've actually technically known a little bit longer.
Naught has changed.
It doesn't sound like it.
And you fail, and you learn nothing. Allow that which is most important to slip through your fumbling fingers like so many grains of sand, again and again and again, and you would remember us. You do forget yourselves. There is no common ground to be found between you and I, nor do I require any. I have my duty.
Wait!
Well, we have confirmed the identity of our foe at least. And 'tis safe to say his objective is the rejoining.
But we still have no idea how playing the part of a warrior of light will further his cause, nor why he would spur others to do the same.
Another visit to the Tempest may shed some light upon these mysteries. Whether we are to exchange words or blows with Elidibus at our next meeting, the fact remains, we know too little. Ere our paths cross again, I would learn more of the world that once was, and of Elidibus himself.
Oh man, we're going back to Amarat? This is gonna be fucking dope, man.
In this, we would be best served going directly to his home, much as MSQ came to ours.
Though I see the wisdom in thy suggestion, the Amarat we visited is but a phantom born of MSQ's memory. I fear it will teach us little that we do not already know.
I quite agree. Yet the ruins of the actual city remain unexplored. Given the vastness of the Tempest, I should not be surprised were there more such structures like to those in which the Ondo reside. A man after my own heart.
Oh God, do not say that lightly to me.
Assuming we are all in agreement, then I suggest we first pay a visit to the Ondo. If anyone can tell us where more ruins are to be found, it is them.
Okay. Yeah. What'd she say? Oh yeah, that was La Habrea, wasn't it? Alright girl, let's go. Don't be shy. It won't look like that anymore. That's also very true. Huh. You know what I just realized? If you can undo tempering, then you can cure all the beast tribes in Eorzea. I thought that would only be possible with the good beast tribes, but now there's a way to make everyone good. If you can figure out how to cure tempering. That's really interesting. That's a really interesting ramification. This will teach them a lesson too. Let's go do it. Bring him on. Oh man, I don't think I wanted to be in here, but I could be wrong. Oh, I got lost. There's no way to get out the side of here? How does that work? Really? Much better. This zone is massive. Definitely not haunted though. That's cool. I never noticed that before. Oh. Definitely wasn't supposed to do that. Make sure I didn't miss any NPCs. Oops. See. That's cool. Monster Hunter. Oh man. That's the Innocence weapon, I think? Or no, that's the Ultimate weapon. It's awesome. The liver's not a vegetable. Yo, where's this shit? Coriander? Wait, what? Scaled the wall. Ugh. Just staring. There isn't a thing in here. Is there? Alright, let's see here. What am I missing? This is where I came in. I've looked there. I looked in the cask. I looked in the box for the livers. Have I looked here? Yes. What the heck? It's not here. Oh man. It's been a long time since I haven't been able to find one of these things. Gross. This is gonna start to stroke the fear of racism, I guess, among the other Reach tribes. You see where this is going? I mean... Okay. Okay. Ooh. She is thinking about something. Must be getting ready to summon Bismarck then. Cool. I am going to log out here and come back after lunch.